Assalamualaikum and good morning to Madam Azima. My name is Nur Alia Maisara binti Rani Pasela. My matrix number is 01 DKA 21 F1013. Today, we will presenting about vector in engineering. Introduction of vector in engineering. Vectors are used in engineering mechanics to represent quantities that have both a magnitude and a direction. Many engineering quantities, such as force, displacements, velocities, and accelerations, will need to be represented as vector for analysis. Vector quantities contrast with scalar values such as mass, area, or speed, which have a magnitude but no direction. When dealing with vectors in equations, engineers commonly denote something as a vector by putting an arrow over the variable. Variables without an arrow over top of them represent a scalar quantity, or simply the magnitude of that vector quantity. In contrast with scalar quantities, we cannot add, subtract, multiply or divide them by simply adding, subtracting, multiplying or dividing the magnitudes. The directions will also play a critical role in solving equations that contain vector quantities. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Ini Iskandar Muhammad Syahrizan. My registration number is 01 DKA 21 F1023. Now I want to present about application of vector. Roller coaster. The most of the motion in a roller coaster ride is a response to Earth gravitational pull. When a train reaches to a peak point, then the ride is to the downhill, it gains enough speed for the gravitational pull. With this speed, it climbs to the next hill. This process occurs over and over until the train's energy has been lost to friction. The train would be able to keep running as long as no point on the track was higher than the first peak. Here, vector of force, acceleration, and velocity are important to make safety system. Next, in cricket. In cricket, if a batsman hit a lob shot, there will be three possibilities, like catch out or drop before the fielder or maximum. It depends on the ball, in which angle he shot, and how much the velocity when he hit the ball. If everything fulfills the requirement for maximum force, then the ball goes to over boundary. Otherwise, the other two incidents can be happen. It's all about vector because the ball. The last but not least is boat crossing a river. When a boat cross the river, they have two velocity work together, velocity of river and velocity of boat. The direction of boat changes with the respect of velocity of river. So the boatsman finds an angle for crossing the river to reach the bank of river straightly. That's all from me. Thank you.
Mathematical solution with drawings. So this is my question that I have do. Okay, the question is find the vector joining the points P in bracket 230 and Q in bracket -1, -2, 4 and also direction constants of PQ. So this is the solution. Given P through 230 and Q -1, -2 and 4. First, let I, J, K be unit vectors along axis. That's mean then OP is equal to 2i plus 3j. OQ is equal I minus 2j plus 4k. So the formula is, to get PQ, we need to minus OQ minus OP. So we need to fill in the subject with negative I minus 2j plus 4k minus OP. OP is 2i plus 3j. Then we will calculate the answer, and we get this is the answer, negative 3i minus 5j plus 4k. Next, we need to settle the calculation. We get 5 square root 2. Then for the final answer, we need to divide them. Divide PQ over PQ in this. So just follow the step and we get the answer. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, for the conclusion of the vector in engineering is, vector are in use in engineering mechanics to represent quantities to have about magnitude and direction. Many engineering quantities such as forces, displacement, velocity and acceleration will need to be represented as vector for analysis. Vector quantities contrast with scalar value such as mass, area or speed, which have a magnitude but no direction. With dealing with vector in equation, engineers commonly denote something as a vector putting an arrow over the variable. Variable without an arrow over the top of the represent a scalar quantity for simply the magnitude of the vector quantity. That's all for me. Thank you.
Q&A session. Question 1. Question 2. That's all from us. Thank you.